Improvement Bill, when will you do a face reveal? Why don't you ever show your face? This is something I get asked about quite often, and every time someone questions me about this in real life, I tell them the same exact story. So today I want to tell you this story so that you can finally understand my thought process behind my decision. This is why I don't have a face reveal. So a couple of years ago, when this channel was much smaller, I was doing some shopping in Soho of New York City with a couple of my friends. We were in one of those fancy stores that only sold one article of each clothing. I remember clearly, I was sitting down trying on a pair of shoes, chatting away when suddenly one of the girls in our group became extremely silent mid-sentence. Her eyes widened and her jaw dropped. She was looking at something in the distance. Kelly, what's up? What are you looking at? She lifted her hand and pointed to someone on the other side of the store. It was a young man wearing a large hoodie. He wasn't doing anything special, just casually looking through a rack of clothes. It honestly just looked like another average dude shopping. Guys, do you know who that is? No. It's Justin Bieber. And she turned out to be right. Justin Bieber was shopping by himself in the store. No security, super casually, just minding his own business, shopping. And I'll never forget what happened next. Slowly but surely, word spread around the store and people became aware of his presence. A crowd started to gather. But what's interesting is that everyone kept their distance, right? You would expect people to swarm a celebrity as famous as Bieber, but for some reason, everyone stayed far away from him. Instead, they all pulled out their phones and started filming him. And the first thought that popped up in my head as I observed this scene was that, oh my God, they're treating him exactly like an animal at the zoo. Right? When you're at the zoo, you distance yourself from the animal and you take pictures of it. And in this case, Justin was the animal. Not a single person went up to him to say hi. Not a single person asked him for his permission to film. They just all followed him around the store, recording his every movement. They were not treating him like a fellow human being. Something inside me told me that I should go and say hi to him. I would probably never have an opportunity like this again. So I walked up to Justin and introduced myself. Hey, you're Justin Bieber, right? Yeah, nice to meet you, man. He quickly shook my hand, turned away, and continued his shopping. I could see in his eyes that he wasn't really enjoying the experience, not just the interaction with me, but also what was going on in the entire store. And who could blame him? I doubt any of us would feel comfortable while our every movement was being filmed without our permission. I thought about that interaction a lot ever since that day. To be completely honest with you guys, there was a point in time where I actually seriously considered doing a face reveal, but after seeing how people treated Justin, I honestly think it's just not worth it. See, the thing about fame is that it's sort of like a switch. It's a switch that you can turn on but never turn off. It's a switch that everyone tells you to turn on, but you don't know exactly what it'll do, what the consequences of turning it on will be. And no matter how much money you make, no matter what great achievement you accomplish in life, if you realize turning on that switch was something you didn't actually want, there's nothing you can do about it. You can never turn it off. You'll never be able to live a normal life again. There's one thing I regret about my interaction with Bieber that day. I should have asked him the following question. Hey, Justin, if you could go back in time, would you trade all of this fame and success for a normal life? And I'm pretty sure he would say yes. Hopefully, this short little story gives you some insight on why I don't show my face.